Today we've got a full NBA slate and I'm breaking down each matchup with the pick I feel strongest about +1 player prop for every game. Quick, clear, and straight to the point. Warriors versus Magic. For this matchup, I'm siding with the Orlando Magic +2.5. The preview points out that the Magic have been responding well after a rough start, winning 4 of their last 6. Meanwhile, Golden State has won 3 straight, but Orlando being the home underdog, and with the prediction leaning Magic 117 to 112. For the player prop, I'm going Franz Wagner, over 24.5 points. He's cleared this line in 3 straight games, putting up 29, 25, and 28, and with Paolo Banchero still out, the offensive workload continues to run through him. With a trend and current role, this is another solid spot for Wagner to get it done. Celtics versus Nets. For this matchup, I'm siding with the Brooklyn Nets +10.5. Nets covering despite Boston being the stronger team. Brooklyn has been competitive against the spread in this matchup, 3-1 ATS head-to-head, and the prediction score of 118-109 points toward the +10.5 being the safest angle instead of the money line. For the player prop, I'm going Nick Claxton, over 1.5 blocks. He's recorded blocks in 4 of his last 5 games, including a strong 4-block performance in his most recent matchup. Based on that consistency and recent defensive activity, the over makes sense here. Pistons versus Hawks. For this matchup, I'm siding with the Detroit Pistons. Detroit enters at 11-2, playing efficient basketball on both ends, ranking 5th in points allowed and 1st in limiting opponent assists. Atlanta is 9-5, but with Detroit's strong defensive metrics and recent momentum, the preview leans toward the Pistons as the better side in this matchup. For the player prop, I'm going Duncan Robinson, over 2.5 3-pointers made. Looking at his recent stretch, Robinson has cleared or hit this number in 4 of his last 5 games, including a 7-for-1-0 night from deep against Chicago. With his consistent attempts from beyond the arc often taking 8-11 threes per game, this is a reasonable spot to lean over based on recent form. Grizzlies versus Spurs. For this matchup, I'm siding with the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio comes into this one at 9-4, shooting well and defending at a high level, ranking 4th in the league in points allowed. Memphis continues to struggle offensively and sits at 4-10. I'm going De'Aaron Fox, over 2.5 turnovers. In his last 5 games, he has gone over that line in 4 of them, including outings of 6, 6, 4, and 2 turnovers, showing a consistent pattern of high usage and ball handling volume that continues to create turnover opportunity. Lakers versus Jazz. For this matchup, I'm siding with the Los Angeles Lakers to win, while also noting that Los Angeles has momentum, strong scoring production, and home court edge. The matchup history also leans Lakers. They won last year's regular season series 3-1. For the player prop, I'm going Lauri Markkanen, over 27.5 points. He just put up a massive 47-point performance in Utah's most recent matchup and remains the primary offensive option for the Jazz. With Utah relying heavily on his scoring to stay competitive, this looks like another spot where his usage stays high. Suns versus Trail Blazers. For this matchup, I'm siding with the Portland Trail Blazers. The preview notes Portland comes into this one averaging over 121 points per game and generating a lot of second chance and offensive rebounding opportunities. Meanwhile, Phoenix is allowing teams to shoot a solid percentage and ranks 23rd in assists allowed. For the player prop, I'm going Shaedon Sharpe, over 36.5 points plus assists. In Portland's last game, he finished with 36 points and 6 assists, showing strong usage and offensive involvement. With how Portland plays offensively and his current role highlighted in the preview, the over makes sense here.